So everyone is asking me why that I vote and I'm registered as an independent. And I really turn it around and say, why are you registered Democrat or Republican? And I always get the same answer back. The system is set up as a two-party system. The two parties run the system. If you don't run as a Democrat or if you don't run as a Republican, then you're not going to get free money from the DNC, the RNC. You won't get any support. No one's going to back you. In fact, everyone, including the news, you're not going to be. Your voice won't be heard because you're not in the two-party system. And so, who's really so? When that conversation is over, I always ask, who's running our country? Is the people running the country, or is the two-party system running the country? 100% of the time, we agree that the Democrat and the Republican parties run the system. They pick who they're going to run. They're the ones that dilly out the money, pay for their commercials. In fact, super PACs, pay millions, if not billions of dollars to get these people in office. With that said, ask yourself this. These people go into office and they stay for decades. That's a problem. We need term limits. And as an independent, I would, top one of the party lines would be you can only stay 2 terms in that capacity. Like if you go in as a congressperson, that's 2 terms of 2 years, which is 4 years. Now you can go after that, become a senator, but only for 2 terms, which is 6 years, right? So you can go for 12 years in there. If you want to run as president, 2 terms, right? So you could spend your whole life in government, as far as that goes, even in my proposal, but you won't be in Congress for 60 years. You won't be in the Senate for 50 some years. You won't be president, which the thing of it is, everyone's smart enough to put a term limit on the president. He can only run 2 terms, period. And so how is it that the president can only run 2 terms, and but a senator can run all of his life? There is certain requirements. You got to be over the age of 30, I think, or something like that. Whatever it is, there is an age limit when you can run for Congress or run for president or Senate, whatever. The point of it is this: you can only run. I say you can only, if you run for Senate, if you run for Congress, you get one 4-year term, and then you're out. If you don't go out and campaign, you're not campaigning all the time. I think that's just crazy. If you run for Senate, you get one 12-year term. That's it. And in there's stipulations to where if you don't vote the way your state wants to vote, they can run a special election on you to put you out, right? So you may go in and have a 12-year term, but the first year you're in there, and there has to be reasons. It just can't be because the other party just lost. There has to be reasons, and there has to be a vote on it. And if it's shown to be a political thing, then the parties, they get dinged, however that is. We got to take corruption out of our government. If we don't, this country's gone. And I'm this far to announcing it's already gone too far. The 2-party system, the Democrats, if you're a Democrat, God bless you. But if you don't see what they're doing to this country, and if you watch the news, the news, the fake media, it's unreal. We've lost our country. They're the terrorist group. The media is the biggest threat to this country that there is. They are the enemy of this country. They if you watch the media and you fall for their propaganda and you don't see that they're lying to you, because this is the way they put out the news. It's not news, it's commentary. And they just say, if you listen to them, they throw words in there. If this is true, anonymous sources, and then they make an event. He's a racist. Whoever that is, they call each other racist when they go against each other, right? Hillary Clinton called Gabbard a racist, right? So a tool of Russia. And with no evidence of nothing, they just say it. And if you believe it, you're just as bad. You're worse than they are, actually. So, take that for what it's worth. You are worse than they are by believing it. So even though they tell you, I was always told this. If someone tells you a lie and you believe it, it's just as bad as, you better investigate it. You better find out why are they telling you this? Because they want to say Trump is a liar. And, and this is the thing. If you're watching this and you tell me you have never told a lie, you're a liar. So, but the news, I could take you and show you, if you want to investigate it, go watch all the reports on it. They tell stories, they get in, they're a joke. The news channels are a joke. So when you become an independent, the greatest thing about that is now they don't want you voting, in for the parties. They do want you to vote, but they don't want you to mess them up. But anyway, but you get to vote for the person or the party that you choose. You don't have to vote for somebody that's running as an independent. The thing about an independent person is that they put, I challenge you this. Go read the DNC, what their platform and what they're for. Then go read the RNC, see what they're for. And then go read the Constitutional Party, and other parties. There's green parties, mountain parties, the list goes on and on. But read the platforms and see if that matches what you believe, because they have already changed. Some people told me, well, back in the day, the Democrats were for the working class. They're no longer for the working class, folks. I just today in my hometown saw where an Applebee's was closed over this coronavirus thing. Now you think, okay, well, we saved, in my state, I think 88 people have died of the coronavirus, and all of them are over 65. Most of them are in their 80s and 90s. Okay. But we, that's a whole nother story. But close down Applebee's, close down Walmart's, close down the malls, close down all the gas stations, close down all the stores, close them all down and save that one person. Because if that one person's life isn't worth closing everything down, everybody losing their houses, their cars, their livelihoods, if that one person is not worth it, you are a racist. You're whatever word they want to throw out there at you. If that one person, if you're not willing to kill all your kids, kill 4 or 5 of your kids to save one person, then the cause is not worth it. So the media has lied to us about this coronavirus. Yes, it's a virus. Yes, it's a germ, and it'll kill you if you catch it and if you have the conditions to have it. I actually think I had it back in November, but that's a whole other case. That's another story. Point of it is this. It doesn't kill everyone. In fact, it's rare for it to kill you. Rare. Where the government went wrong is just like colleges. The government started incentivizing people if you had the coronavirus. If a hospital takes you in, they get more money out of you if they say you're a coronavirus person. And Lord be, they put you on a ventilator, then they get $40,000 for that, just for putting you on the ventilator. But they've realized the ventilator actually killed a bunch of people. Check that out. So they actually killed people not trying to save them, but trying to get extra money out of them. So check that out. You know, so that's the problem. They're willing to destroy and kill people to push this agenda, because this is what it was, an agenda. The flu kills people every year. I tell people this: if it's all about saving lives, make the speed limit on interstates all across the country 5 miles an hour. If because if going faster than that and you kill someone, is that life not worth it? Right? Is that life not worth as much as a coronavirus person? You know, it can't be this or that. You got to save. If it's all about saving lives, it's about saving all lives, even a baby's lives. Okay, so that's radical. That's all radical. It's crazy, but that's, hey, if you believe in CNN and ABC and NBCS and all them news channels, you're crazy. You're just, that's how crazy you are. Of course, you're not going to agree to make the speed limit 5 miles an hour. And those lives that die on the interstate aren't none of your concern, but you're all about saving lives of the coronavirus. So just live with yourself as a hypocrite. That's good. I like that, you know, because I know who you are, and you know that you are. So